Before proceeding with this video, man, I want to bring you some important information, a correction regarding Flamengo's new sponsors, Demicon and GAC Motors, okay? The Demicon logo will be on the bar, that's right, on the front hem. And I want to welcome these companies, the great company of real estate and cost savings plans. They're fantastic. Also, welcome to GAC Motors on Flamengo's uniform GAC Motors. It will be on the shorts, on the right leg, on the back of the thigh, on the back part of the shorts. And just to correct something for you, even though the call notice said it would also be on the back hem below where it would be under the number, right? It says back hem back, it would actually be under the number. Assist card is still with Flamengo. They still have an active contract with Flamengo. GAC Motors will be on the shorts and on the shirt, on the back hem of the training uniform. All right, so that's the correction. And also to bring some important information that just came out regarding Alassian, right? Flamengo's forward at Red Bull Bragantino. Look, there's the director. The sporting director of Red Bull Bragantino spoke about the situation with the press. Diego Seri talked about the negotiations between the club from Sao Paulo and Flamengo for Alassian. Let's listen here because there's new information here, okay? Let's go.
Alassian is one of the players we inquired about. We made some contact, we scouted, talked to Flamengo. We even started a discussion about values, but unfortunately it didn't move forward. Look, he's an interesting player in an age profile that Red Bull likes. Bragantino looks for young players who are already playing for a top team, who have already won titles. He's an interesting player. But we couldn't reach an agreement on the values and close the deal.
So it didn't move forward. They couldn't reach an agreement on the values and close the deal. So at least for now, the news is that he's not going anymore. He's not going anymore. Our information from yesterday about the players' meeting, the players' pact, the conversation between them was confirmed by UOL. We're going to bring everything to you here. Now, on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel, we're coming in strong. Hey guys, greetings, red and black fans. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just joining us, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on notifications, hit the bell, and drop a like on the video. We're here thanks to YouTube Shopping, and you can even get this jacket right here. I'll tag it on YouTube Shopping, and you can get it, man, at an amazing price. It's one of the jackets with the best price Adidas has released. From Flamengo. Besides, it's fantastic, right, man? It's fantastic. It's beautiful. This jacket and its collar, man. Do you wear it like this? It's really awesome. Really awesome. Well, let's go. We have our sponsors here. And in the pinned comment, there's a lot of information for us to bring to you. Most importantly, let's start with this issue of the meeting we're talking about Flamengo's players getting together. And next, while we walk our little dog, we'll bring you a funny piece of information, right? About Mickey Johnston, right? The Irish Mickey, the one who almost came to Flamengo. Man, he's doing really well there, and people are upset, but they're forgetting that nobody wanted him, right? Now it's our fault, but we'll talk about that. Check out this information. Besides the booze, Flamengo's squad also held themselves accountable for their performance. Okay, so the information we brought yesterday about the players' meeting has been confirmed according to Bruno Braz from UOL. The squad spent days under pressure and more. Besides President Luis Eduardo Baptista and the fans during the match, the players themselves got together and did some self-criticism. The internal accountability among the players happened before the match against Madureira and after the messages given by BAP, behind closed doors. So there were two moments, behind closed doors. They admitted their performance was below expectations and demanded more focus and dedication to get back to the level of football they had shown before. Last year, when they were Brazilian and Libertadores champions and much more, right? Carioca, Super Cup, they had just won the Brazilian Cup, won the Challenger Cup, Derby of the Americas, right? They won a lot of titles. The initiative came from the team leaders like Danilo Arrascaeta, Bruno Henrique, among others, okay? The subject came up again before taking the field, in the first leg of the state championship semifinal and for captain Arrascaeta. The achievements of 2025 are already in the past. All right, look at what he said. We know better than anyone that football is about the moment. What's past is behind us. It's 2026. Now we have to forget everything that happened. We know that we're below where we could be. We talked today in the locker room. We have to get back to playing better, to having better performances. This is the team that won almost everything last year. It's about training, work, and dedication. So, Felipe also said, when you see Flamengo not performing with the squad they have, it's the coach's fault. Whoever is here, I have no doubt that no one is racking their brains more than I am. For us to be at last year's level, I think there's the mental aspect and anxiety, the fear of making mistakes. Everything starts falling apart and performance declines. It happens. The pressure was really high. They weren't used to moments of crisis. They only used to win in the past, but it's my responsibility to get them performing again. Yeah, so what's next? The rest is the information we've already brought up, right? About the BAP issue, the discussions to understand what happened, right? Meetings that happened, conversations before the semifinal, and also in the locker room, right? So conversations with the coaching staff, with Boto, with Felipe Luis, and BAP also met. My information is that he also talked to the players, which is not very common. And it shows that it's a way to support, to show trust, but at the same time to demand, like I already said, right? So we have this confirmed situation with the squad holding a closed door meeting to hold themselves accountable, right? That's really important, especially if it comes from the guys. When it comes from the guys that they want this change, that's really important. Okay, look, the more than 55,000 tickets have already been sold for Flamengo versus Lanús, which is the second leg of the Recopa. We'll have a packed Maracanã to support Flamengo in this comeback, right? God willing, Flamengo should have a packed Maracanã, a real fortress, right? Despite the expensive tickets, 300 Reis really expensive tickets according to the Lance portal. They're almost sold out, right? So we'll have Flamengo playing with a full house, needing the win, putting huge pressure on the opponent, but also on Flamengo. If they take too long to score, you know how it goes. But Flamengo will be able to count on the support of their fans, right? Flamengo is holding this Tuesday the second to last training session before the decisive match against Lanús. So there's a training session today, another one tomorrow. Today's activity is at 3:30 p.m. at the Ninho do Urubu Training Center. And they have the full squad available, okay? On Monday, only the substitutes from the match against Madureira went to the field, while the starters stayed doing recovery work. But there was no day off. Okay, that's important. In addition to Tuesday's training, Felipe Luis also leads this Wednesday's session, also at 3:30 p.m. The game is on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. at Maracanã. So Flamengo is trying to make a comeback, trying to turn things around, right? And God willing, they will succeed. Look, we even mentioned that Bruno Henrique and Alassian trained on the field. They should be included. And there's this expectation about whether Jorginho will recover or not, right? Jorginho, who is also recovering. There is an expectation about whether he can be included or not for the decisive match against Lanús. But we know that being a starter is very difficult. He might even be included, but being a starter is practically out of the question, ruled out. Let's follow this information now about Mickey Johnston, right? That Pilhado brought up, which ended up causing some controversy. Let's check it out. We're here taking a walk with Naoki, right? Early in the morning, it's cold, man. I think the wind chill is about -2, around 2 degrees here because it's really cold. We're bringing you the news about Mengao, man. Some interesting and even funny information, right? The fans are even reacting. And they're forgetting that they themselves criticized Mickey Johnston's situation, right? But we have to mention this because it's so funny. Look, we show up here like always, reminding you too, right? To always share posts in your WhatsApp groups and that you can buy official Flamengo products here on YouTube Shopping, okay? And you really help Mengão a lot, right? We'll also talk here about sponsors and everything else, which we've already covered on the main channel. But you also help Flamengo a lot by buying the club's official products, okay? I'm going to bring you the situation involving Mickey Johnston, which has caused a bit of controversy, right? Because he's a player that the fans complained a lot about when he was being considered for Flamengo. The fans wanted a more experienced name, someone we could say someone with more experience, right? I'm sure that nothing is certain, not even for Paquetá. There's no guarantee things will work out, but at least the chances are better this time. But then we had Pilhado publishing the situation about Mickey Johnston, and that caused a stir, right? A lot of comments, a lot of people talking about that almost signing by Flamengo, right? The Irish forward, Mickey Johnston. I'm going to show you Pilhado's post here. And really, the fans forgot that they themselves, man, almost unanimously were asking Flamengo not to sign him, right? And he was a player scouted by Jose Boto's team, someone he had found. The player is Flamengo came very close to signing the striker. And then Pilhado posted, look, Pilhado posted this here, right? Which generated a lot of comments. Wow, remember him. Flamengo players, right? Polished, English language, Gustavo Hammer. 9 assists, and Mickey Johnston, Michael Johnston, with 9 assists, also leading the assists in the championship, the English second division. And then he almost came to Flamengo. And then the fans criticizing, they're going to criticize me too. They're going to criticize me. They're going to criticize Pilhado. They're going to criticize the fan himself. You have to criticize yourself because it was almost unanimous. Nobody wanted him at the time. Now it's easy to say, you influencers, oh, you journalists, oh, even Pilhado. Look, it's the Arpiazera said this. It just shows the incompetence of the journalists who criticized without even having the information. Congratulations to everyone involved, man. Most of the fans almost unanimously were against it. Yeah, Obina from Goitacazes, 9 assists and how many goals? It's better to switch to the number 10 jersey. There you go. There was another one here, Flavio Fernandez. You were the first, talking to Pilhado. You were the first to be against this signing. You even kept talking, shouting, getting mad in case Flamengo's management signed the guy. Me too, me too. It was unanimous, guys, for God's sake, right? Speaking honestly, comment. Here you were one too. It's easy, right? Remember facing Olympia? Everyone talked about it at the time and was also happy, celebrating that Flamengo had to face Olympia. Then, in the end, I was the only one blamed, right? Now, Pilhado too. Pilhado is to blame. Seriously, look here. Then everyone was laughing. Championship, man, second division, man, it's no joke there either. There are strong teams. The Premier League is huge, but the championship is too. So, the second division of the Brazilian league. So there too, right? Alisson Santos would have been better than signing Samuel Lino. Yeah, Ricardo Lima Guimarães. Hey, Pilhado, you and Mauro criticized so much. You fired up these fans. Modiva, take a look online. Look, my friends, I think it was everyone. I'll say it again. I think it was everyone. Okay, yeah. Jefferson Serva? Mequetrefe News says he almost came to Flamengo. Haha, well, but he really almost came. It was really close. That's it. He already criticized Paquetá. Paqueta's good, but only misses passes. Leonardo Modesto, you were the first to criticize. You even made things up saying they were signing Mickey. You talk too much. It wasn't just him, man. Everyone agreed. I'll say it again. I didn't see a single person who spoke in favor. Okay, Paqueta, Paqueta. People joked, me, so I'll take the blame here. It's my fault because I was the one who started talking about Irish Mickey. So, my friend, I'm the one to blame. Yeah, that he's a substitute player for his team in the second division in England. I'm not following, I don't know, but the numbers are there. Pilhado posted it, and then people started making fun of it. We have Samuelino, little red and black hearts, Ed Silva Chavez. Now, an interesting comment is what I always say and repeat. This Flamengo board needs to make more signings like this, where they are cheaper and can, in the future, bring in some income if things work out. I know that with Juninho, for example, it didn't work out very well, but that was due to lack of opportunity. In fact, he's doing great. Juninho is doing great over there in Mexico, doing great, scoring goals. He's excelling in Mexico, and the fans are correct. It was Ed Silva Chavez. He did really well with that comment, nailed it.